everyone. Welcome to Pretty Real. Today we are doing our quarantine check-in. So, Callie, what you been up to, girl, since this whole big thing that's been going on?
Nothing. I would say I probably did maybe about a good 60 TikToks. That's been keeping me pretty much occupied and having fun. Because other than that, it's pretty much boring as shit being in the house. But I've been chilling.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pretty Real. Today we are doing our quarantine check-in. So, Callie, what you been up to, girl, since this whole big... Jazzy. So what's good, girl?
Well, same thing as always. Not a damn thing. Trying to stay sane and not lose my mind. Not become an alcoholic, sitting in the house. You know, this curfew, they got me completely fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to maintain and stay Rona free out here. You know what I'm saying? Between the pollen and the Rona.
Girl, tell me about that.
You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. Like I said last time, as long as I got my hookah in my wine.
I know that's good. Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm just like y'all. I became an alcoholic. I normally don't drink, but now I done got myself this big bottle since I'm quarantined by myself. So that's what's going on over here. And I'm down, to my last batch.
Well, they say liquor stores are essential, so liquor stores are still open.
Ooh, well, I need to go get out the house.
Yeah, I don't know about the food, though. I'm getting a little scarce up in there.
Should just go to the fresh farmers market.
Yeah.
That's the shit that's coming from overseas. Be careful.
Pretty much.
Shit, what about the 5G radiation they got going on? I think we in more shit.
Man, that shit is crazy. When I found that out. To me, they trying to fuck people up. They want people to die. Population control, that's all I can say.
Child, 5G has been here. If y'all know anything about it. Your phone right now that you own has been 5G. Did y'all not know that?
Not all of them.
Your phone is 5G, ma'am.
Mine say 4.
Okay. Watch it. Watch the upgrade.
I know that they got the 5G towers, and anybody near them towers, the radiation is ridiculous. So I already know that in all electric devices, though, it's a lot of radiation. So, I mean, you got to be careful anyway.
Yeah. It's over in China, they this week, they was knocking over the 5G towers. China, they be bending like them up.
Yeah.
Oh, even over here, too, girl. I've already seen some videos. I think somebody here in Georgia knocked down a tower, got that thing burning.
Oh, yeah?
And I ain't gonna be the one doing it, though.
Yeah, it is so scary.
Other than that, so we have a guest in the building. She called herself the Plug. Tiffany Simmons. We're gonna go ahead and welcome her to the show and see what she got going on.
Oh, you talking about the Plug lawyer? All right, bring it in.
Yes, girl. That's my girl.
Tiffany Simmons.
All right, that's what's up.
Yes, because I know some people gonna need the plug.
What?
Lawyer.
The motherfucker that knocked over the tower gonna need the Plug lawyer, goddamn.
What? Exactly. Because it's gonna be a lot of rebellion going on.
Yeah. Yeah, but bring her on in here. I would like to ask her a couple of questions and see if she has some acknowledgement of what's going on too, because lawyers and politicians and all that shit is kind of like within the same realm.
Exactly.
But she can give us a little acknowledgement on some stuff.
Sure, I remember my exes told me I should have been a lawyer because I like to argue.
So, oh, you know that one compliment, right?
I mean, I could be an apprentice because I like arguing still, too.
I said, that wasn't a compliment, though, ma'am, right?
Well, it's all good because I argue all day long.
Hey, ladies.
Hey,
in this quarantine crazy situation?
Wait, y'all ready to start the interview? Hold on.
Girl, I hope that's a runny nose. And it's policy.
We ain't got no COVID over here. Mom, you.
I know that's right.
I know that's right.
I know that's right.
I got the cure.
No, mom.
Hey, Tiffany. How you doing, love?
I am doing good. I'm so proud of you. And I told whoever DM'd me, I told them, I said, man, tell her I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of you. You went through some real shit the last, couple years. So sending love and wishes, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, my love.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She know me with Track Georgia. That's my girl.
Track Georgia.
Yeah, she actually told me about that.
Okay.
Now we're gonna get into this interview, which man we're finna get to you.
Okay.
So tell us how you got this name, the Plug's Lawyer.
All right, I'm back. Let me cut that music down. Sorry, I had music.
Oh, you over there jamming?
Oh yeah.
We want to see your pretty face a little bit more, gorgeous.
What you want me to do? Come down?
Yes. No, you get Tiffany Jazzy a little bit up more.
Oh, yeah, we can't see your face, boo.
Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. There she go. Okay. Yeah.
How did the Plug's Lawyer come about? Jesus. Cause I'm a real nigga and that was just God's plan.
Okay, I
wanted to get pretty real, right?
Yeah, we want you to be pretty real, for sure.
All right.
That's what we're here for.
Well, I became an attorney because when I was a young girl, something happened to me. I share it often in a lot of my interviews. I was molested by a family member. And that situation honestly was the catalyst for me wanting to become an attorney, because when it happened, my family, like so many families, not knowing how to deal with trauma, not knowing how to deal with those situations, they swept it under the rug. And that was very harmful to me. However, that was all part of God's plan to make me who I am now. So henceforth, the Plug's Lawyer, that name actually just came from, I was born in Michigan. I'm Grand Rapids, Michigan, born, left home at 17. Grand Rapids known as Gun Rule. Like I had girl cousins that was the dope boys in the city. So for me, when I knew that I was going to go away to school for something better for my life, I ain't never want no corner nigga. I want the plug, So the Plug's Lawyer, kind of just came from that. If I'm going to be the lawyer, I'm going to be the lawyer for the person at the top. Yeah, so it has different meanings, but honestly, that's kind of where it came from. I'm from the streets where you got, the dope boys got their lawyer mattress money type shit. So, being the smart girl in my hood, I knew that using my mind would get me out of the situation I was in.
Okay, yeah. All right. That's all right now. You know what I'm saying? You can't be able to speak.
Yeah, that's what's up. How are you holding up in this situation with this quarantine and all this craziness going on? Hey, Mango.
Hey, Mango.
Hey, Mango.
I'm holding up as best as I can, to be honest. A little bit more about me, and maybe it helps me with my practice. I'm kind of a person, the word that they call it is empath. So I pick up on people's energy. I pick up on reading people, to be honest. So with that, I have been very conscious of what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, because it's draining. The past couple of days have been very draining for me. As an empath, I have to even take salt baths, real nigga shit. And I've learned these things as I've taken the time to learn about myself and how I need to function and be my best self. So I knew about this happening a while ago, a couple months ago, and then I'm connected with other, spiritual people who kind of put it out there that something like this was going to happen as well. So I was prepared, but I'm still a human. So the last few days, like I say, have been very draining. But I put that energy of hurt, pain, sadness, I always try to put that into my work. Henceforth, my books or me acting or me painting. I have started my reality TV judge show, Hood Court.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. And that is what I've been doing to invest my energy and my time during this time frame. And praying, girl.
I know that's right. You're close with that spirit. That's what I know. Yeah. I mean, it's very amazing to see an African American woman at the caliber of success that you are. So I just want to say that that's amazing, and we are proud of you as sisters. We are definitely proud of you because you're doing your thing.
Thank you. I totally appreciate that. I definitely don't do what I do for accolades. Like, this is God's plan for my life. People sometimes they see the glitz and the glamour, or like, oh, you undefeated. I've never lost a trial, civil or criminal, any case that I've taken a trial in 10 years. And that's really just God's grace. That ain't me, Tiffany. And I want to say that you know, niggas wasn't shooting in the gym with me when I had my lights cut off. When I was studying for the bar exam, passed the bar exam first time.
Exactly.
Niggas wasn't shooting in the gym when clients didn't pay, and I still had to show up and be the lawyer. Niggas wasn't shooting in the gym when I was handing out my flyers, putting them on cars after the club nights. Like, I fucking did this shit.
Right.
And you know, so I appreciate it, and I deserve all the good things coming.
You do. You do.
Yes,
you do. That's amazing. That's amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about your book?
Yeah. I actually have written 4 books, but look, we got visuals for y'all.
Oh, shit. Y'all make sure y'all check these books out. You got to let everybody know where they can find all of your products that you have, too.
Okay. Well, the books, The Plug's Lawyer is my 4th novel. It is a trap novel. It is a fiction book, but it's kind of loosely based on my life. You know, the real, pretty real behind that is I made it a fiction novel character named Tia because it took me a while to kind of get comfortable with releasing some of the things that I shared for the character, because honestly, it was, you know, part of my life. And then this book, Law and Family Order, Making the Case for Successful Moms to Be, it is a nonfiction book. And myself and 12 other business ladies were a part of this. And with this book, we talk about balancing family and business. And for those that know me, I don't have children yet. So I kind of did that because a lot of my audience is males. Like, I only, you know, really fuck with a few females. So for me, that was kind of letting the women know, hey, I'm just like y'all. Like, I want kids. I want a family besides this business success. And so my story, along with their stories, are in this. All my books you can get Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Nobles. In Atlanta, Madu Bookstore and Greenbrier Mall, when we open back up, you can get it there as well.
Okay.
So tell me about Tiffany, tell me about Hood Court. I heard they said you have your show. So, you know, what is Hood Court about?
Order in my motherfucking court. Okay.
I love that.
You see the logo in the bag. Huh?
I could be the officer, all right.
Yeah. Okay, so the premise behind Hood Court, I didn't have lawyers in my family. I grew up watching TV judges, so Judge Mathis, Judge Judy, Judge Maybelline, all of them motherfuckers. I love them. I watched their shows growing up, so I've always wanted that. Some people say, you know, Tiffany, why don't you be a real judge? But I don't want to be in the politics of that bullshit. I'd rather help people and show God's love through entertainment, but also educating, because I am, you know, I do have legal knowledge. So the show, I kind of started it since we've been quarantined, it was an idea I had for years. Like I literally, the logo, all of that, I got the emails 2 years ago about that, where I was, brainstorming the ideas. A friend of mine who I love dearly, but I showed him the logo one day. I said, "What you think of this?" And he's like, "It's okay, but you'll kind of get boxed in, and all this stuff." He gave me his opinion, so I sat on it. And probably like 2 months ago, I had started doing a Sunday night live on IG where people can ask legal questions or we just shoot shit. And so one day I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know what? Why am I sitting on this? The fucking world could honestly end, and they don't have hood court. So fuck that. I'm gonna do it. So for me, a lot of the stuff that I have done, or books, or acting, or modeling, whatever, it's because I always think of, if I'm gone today, if I pass today, what is my legacy? What am I leaving? You know? So I even have a kids lawyer cartoon called The Love School Stories on IG. And, that's another thing to inspire the next generation of lawyers. So, sis, that's where Hood Court came from. So when you come to Hood Court, tonight we do have Hood Court at 11 p.m. The doors open, but court start at 11:30 because we know niggas be late.
Already know they need a whole hour, girl, not 30 minutes.
Black people time.
Just to give them 30 minutes. I tell them, have your blunts ready, have your drink, put your baby to sleep, all of that stuff, and come on. And what I do is I will mediate real problems for people because I am a certified mediator as well. But we'll also talk about, legal stuff or, fake cases we'll bring before the court. I'll ask the hood jurors questions. So it's a fun, good time.
Oh, yeah, that is. That is fun. So people still get education, but they're still having a good time. So.
Yep. So tonight we are bringing Yaya Mayweather's ass and NBA YoungBoy to Hood Court.
I know. Hell yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because that is the topic for today.
That sure is.
Yes.
We already on it because we showed that was our topic for today on this show.
Yeah, that is definitely it's something serious because honestly, it's two parts that I think of that situation. I grew up with Floyd. He from Grand Rapids too. So the real nigga shit, communicating with your hands, that's what we know. That's what. And clearly with him, that's what he know.
Right.
But, to equate it back to the young people, like I've been there where I, was fighting over niggas and doing this, that, and the third. But we live in a different time. And something clearly going on with Yaya for the fact that you keep putting yourself in these situations with him.
Right.
And on top of it, you didn't stab a girl. What if this motherfucker died? Now you in prison for what? Yeah. For herpes dick?
No, I heard she died.
No.
Oh, she died?
That's what I heard, right now, 20 minutes ago, they were like, she died. And yeah, she died over some herpes dick. And I was just damn.
Damn, so see, that's what I'm talking about, man. You can't let these niggas get you to that point where you be going to jail.
Yeah, you're trying to kill him, not her. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Damn. And then on top of it, if you look at it, it's more of a breakdown for his family and the next generation. If that's his baby mama and that's what's going on, now their child is motherless. But NBA YoungBoy, he got a lot of problems himself that I really, I pray that he gets some help. But people talking about, well, where are the parents? Look at how his mama acts. So
right.
Yeah. His mama ain't no good.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's definitely what we're talking about today, and I'm glad you brought that up, Tiffany. And you are definitely an inspiration, and we thank you for coming on today. You are dope as fuck, and I think you are.
Thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate
Thank you for coming on the show.
And congratulations on everything, baby. Everything that's going on now and everything in the future.
Thank you. When can
where
I do this?
Can find you? Where can we follow you at?
They can follow for the business official Simmons Law because the views of Tiffany, aka the Plus Lawyer, is my shit, not official Simmons law views.
Okay.
But the Plugs lawyer, they can also, if they're on acting or modeling, my acting and modeling page is the Pretty Bully. And I definitely want to stay tuned in to tonight because Jazzy, I got to hear your opinion on the situation. Because we fuck with the kids. So it's sad to see this going down.
Right, right. Well, definitely stay tuned tonight because I got some shit to say. And we're going to check back in with you definitely in the future. So thank you again.
And Tiffany, too, if you want to join us, we can bring you in on that discussion, girl, because we would love for you to come in and when we get to that part, for sure.
Okay. Well, just tell Sunny to text me around the time, and I'll come back in.
Absolutely.
Okay. For sure.
Thank you, I love you.
Thank you, too.
Kisses. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mango, boo.
What's happening, Mango?
Chili. Where you at, girl?
She just lounging and shit.
Are you in the pool? I'm talking about where you at? I'm on my way. Hold on.
I'm jealous.
It's driving because that's where I need to be. I'm at ATL. Girl. Yes. I'm social distancing.
Damn, Pretty Real wasn't invited, Mango.
So we had the charity event. It was a charity event. So now we're here. Well, I'm here. Hey. We did an IG charity event where we played games, did all this stuff on Instagram Live. Nikki, we donated to families that are struggling right now during coronavirus. And so support for a good cause. I'm losing my life. I'm just trying to get to the other side.
Yeah, I'm super excited about our next guest that's supposed to be coming up
is Mario.
Mr. Mario Tory. That's going to be in the building. So if y'all tuning in, stay tuned because you don't want to miss it. I need to go get me a piece of this apple pie just to... Mario, what's happening?
All right, I can hear y'all now.
What's up, Mario?
Man, I'm chilling. Where that pie at? Let me get some of that pie.
I wish I could, bro. I would. You know I would.
Make sure you wash your hands, too.
How are you holding up in this situation, Mario? This shit is crazy, man.
Man, it's I'm staying faithful, man. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all a test. We just gotta recreate ourselves. It's a test, man. That's all.
That's a fact. That's the fact. So, I mean, how are you still moving about with your career and everything in this quarantine? Like, are you doing lives? Because I know you're an amazing comedian. So, how are you keeping it going?
Well, selling merchandise and just falling back on some money that we had. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I'm about to start selling drugs in a minute. That's the only way out this motherfucker.
I know that's right.
Oh,
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the only thing popular right now is drug dealers.
All right, y'all.
Hey, the liquor store ain't closed yet.
That's what I told
hell no.
That's what I told him.
Mario, we just got off the line with the plug lawyer. Shit.
Sure did. She'll get us off.
Hey, y'all was talking to
Tiffany.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, we got the plug on deck.
I told you that the liquor store is essential in Georgia, so the store is still open.
Yeah. Mario, how can we find your merchandise? I know you were selling merch. How can I find your merch?
Yeah, it's all on my IG. Go on my IG page. It's right there, man. I haven't got my Facebook shit running. I mean, on my website.
Shout out to IG.
Yeah, you gotta let everybody know your IG. Let all the viewers.
I sure will. It's Mario Tory. Tory. Mario Tory. Instagram, Facebook, all of it. Mario Tory.
Facts.
How y'all holding up? How y'all ladies holding up?
Great.
Good.
Y'all don't sound too good.
Because it's boring.
Well, you see what I'm doing, Mario. This is how I'm holding up right here. I'm holding up with this in my hand.
He got a drink too. Wait a minute. Let me go get some.
I'm holding up with this wine in my hand and the hookah in my hand.
There you go.
So as long as I got my spirits and my smoke, I'm fine.
You're a good spirit.
I just been eating everything that I could possibly cook.
So you bored.
Yeah, I'm just eating. Like I cooked the whole goddamn Sunday dinner today, including the pie.
And ain't nobody there but you and the 3-year-old. This will make no goddamn
Shit, I wish I was like Mango in a dang pool floating around.
Hell yeah.
Like who? Mango? Who was Mango?
Mango, redhead Mango.
What?
Who?
Our other co-host, she over there in the pool.
Where's she at? Hold on.
She's right there in the yellow.
Oh shit! Hold on. I didn't even see her at all. What the heck? Where you at?
She chilling on a unicorn.
The ATL mansion.
Oh, you in the man? Okay. There it is. Get your shit on there.
That's my unicorn. I left my unicorn floating. I left here.
There you go. I see that shit. Hey, well, you got it made then. Shit, we sitting here in the house while you in the pool. I mean, I can go on my deck. That's cool as fuck.
I got a swan for you if you want to come.
All right, well, shit, we come. Hey, it's 3 of us.
That's what I told her. Look, she offered you. She ain't even offered us yet.
No, y'all need to come. I'm a look.
Y'all pick your spot.
Yeah, we're gonna leave y'all Sunday dinner cooking ass where you at.
Oh, don't hate, Mario. Don't hate.
6 feet apart in pool. 6 feet apart.
They're like this. It's always in a different place.
Yeah, we'll be on the other side of the pool. So how are y'all with y'all quarantine essentials? Everybody got tissue and shit, tampons.
Man, listen. Anybody can fight these folks about no damn tissue.
They take their tissue.
They got to beat the shit out of somebody in Walmart. Got some tissue in Walmart. Everybody finna beat nobody else. Got no goddamn tissue and no Lysol in the stove. Everybody got the same.
Right. You was just nasty anyway. You said you taking the tissue out of Publix?
Yeah, I go to Publix because niggas don't go there.
If you go to different public studios, places, they have a whole bunch of sitting out.
Yeah. See, I go to Sprouts. Niggas don't know nothing about Sprouts. So I got
I love Sprouts.
Ain't nobody taking no baby wipes out.
I go to Sprouts.
So Mario, is there anything? Mario, anything else you want to share with us? Anything you got coming up? Anything you want us to know?
Well, I got a shower coming up because the damn shit ain't going nowhere.
I would hope so.
That sounds about right.
Look, I got the gym. I mean, the garage to go to in the morning. But you know what? It's like I'm just gonna say this to you ladies. I'm glad y'all had me on here. First of all, thank y'all for all y'all listening to the pool, smoking blunts, hookah, cooking Sunday dinner. All you can. Thank y'all and Sunday. But just hold it down, man. Stay positive. It's all a test, man. It's all about putting something up. If you done treat it right and treat it wrong along the way, it's all about be patient. Be patient. It'll be all right, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We happy that you stopped by, and we definitely want to get you
Hold on, ladies. I gotta say this. Y'all gotta give a shout out to my baby Nina. Denise will be here May the 6th. My wife is expecting, but
congratulations.
Kind of trying to figure out when we're going to go to the hospital tonight or have it at home. So y'all pray for us too, because we're going to probably do a home birth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Home birth, people been doing it for many, many years, so y'all going to be good.
Right. You made the baby out the bed. Bring that motherfucker out the bed.
All you going to do is lay in the bed at the hospital. You can do the same thing now.
You might well lay in the bed right here. Just have this bitch in the tub and let's go.
Absolutely.
Wipe that baby off and put it in the nursery.
Yes, Lord.
Doing something else, I swear.
Or ladies, y'all be safe. Ladies.
Thank you
for coming.
Once again, where can we find you again, Mario?
Mario Tory, Tory, Mario Tory, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Mario Tory. It's all the same. It's very simple. And I got my merchandise all in there. You see it. I've been posting it. I got it for sale. Quarantine specials going fast.
All right. Thank you so much for checking in.
Thank you. We look forward to having an interview with you real soon.
Oh yeah, we're live. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it by the pool. Well, Mango is.
I know, right?
I'm stuck right in there.
Yeah, let's do it by the pool.
I'm that indicator.
All right, y'all be safe.
All right, bye, Mario. Take care. Be safe.
All right, Brenda. Be safe.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Yes, ladies. I'm running out of some alcohol.
No, you ain't gonna run out of alcohol. The liquor store still open.
I'm down to last bottle.
How many bottles did you drink? Oh Lord, the eyes got big.
Well, it's Sunday. The liquor store is closed and it's curfew, so you can't leave after 6. So that's dead. The liquor store might be closed from here, but there's a bootleg liquor store that stays open. So you just snitching on everything on
What's the curfew? I gotta go to this. I'm in East Point.
You past curfew, but you in the building, so you straight.
Girl, I'm about to say I gotta go to the south side, and then I gotta go back to the north side.
Yeah, the curfew says
you breaking the law.
Just tell them, all you gotta do is tell them you're going to the airport.
Touch my dick.
So I'm coming from work.
Oh, suck my dick.
No, not the deck. Not the deck.
I love my unicorn. Oh.
All right, ladies, who we got up next? I know we have, what is his name? Mr. Ford Ball? Yes.
Oh, the politician. I mean, well, he's going into the politics. I know, for sure.
He is running. I heard he is running in Albany, Georgia. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Girl. So that means we're going to have the hookup out there in Albany, y'all.
Now we got the plug and we got a politician coming out here. We straight.
We can break the law there.
Yeah, Mango, you straight. Shit. Travel to Florida tonight if you want to.
Yeah, no. Ask him where the alcohol is at, because I'm sure he can get
really? I just look at some right here and stuff right, girl.
Today we just getting connected, y'all. We on deck. Hey, Edward, how are you?
Hi, Edward.
Hello.
It's your phone. Well, your phone is on mute, so we can't hear you. Gotta take it off mute real quick.
Oh,
welcome to Pretty Real.
Welcome to Pretty Real.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
Great.
That's awesome.
Welcome to Pretty Real.
Thank you.
Real. So tell us what you're running for.
I am running for state senator here in Georgia.
Oh, that's awesome.
Woo!
Yes, it's the area. It is between Columbus and that area. It's the largest district in Georgia, but it's also one of the poorest districts in Georgia.
Doherty County, correct?
Yes, Doherty is included. That's the largest voter.
So can I ask you, how is everything going with your campaign in this situation that we're going through with the coronavirus?
Well, it definitely took a turn, I can say. I got banners, I got a campaign office, I got signs to go everywhere, and then bam, nobody can come up and see it. So, but one of the things that I'm blessed by, I come from the film industry.
Okay.
So one of the great things, when it comes to media, that's what. So I'm gonna have to use my strong points and do what I gotta do.
I heard that. Never stop you.
Yeah. So tell us, what is your plan for education?
For education, it's time for us to bring back vocational education back into the middle and high schools. And the reason I say bringing back vocational education, I went out and I talked to a lot of farmers and I talked about economic development for Southwest Georgia. And, and a lot of people are like, okay, well, you get all this, but who's going to work if we don't have that skill set here anymore? And, so I think back, I graduated from high school in 94. But prior to that, everything they had you could do welding, you could do you had home economics, you had your woodworking, you had electrician, all this you could do from middle all the way up to high school. Mm-hmm. And then in 94, they started phasing all this stuff out because they started moving to that college, that push to teach for college. So, everything after 94 started going to just straight, you're going to go to college. But now, these young people are like, I don't want that anymore. And then the way we lose a lot of our kids is, and I tell everybody, any working adult, if you in there, you talking numbers all day long, you're in a business meeting, it's going to take you your best to keep your eyes open. Mm-hmm. And then you're not getting that, and if that they beating that same dead horse, all day long, a lot of people gonna fall to the wayside. There's nothing stimulating these kids to what their gifts or their talents are. So if we bring back those core classes, like I was in Dawson, Georgia, Terra County, and the teacher was like, well, they don't want to do farming. We have an agriculture class in here, and nobody wants to do it. And I said, well, let's take a look at the program. So when I look at the program, it's still like what your granddaddy used to do. Don't get me wrong, nothing's wrong with that. But at the same time, we could go to a different level with it. Now it's aquaponics. We got all these abandoned buildings around here and warehouse. Let's take the kids and let them grow on the inside. Let them switch some water, feed them everything. Let's do it in a different way. So that's the push that I want to push for education, is a different way, but still go back to those core values. And now we see it more than ever. Now we need people that can build stuff, can create stuff.
Yeah. People that can plant stuff, grow stuff, all of that. Yeah. Right. Can I ask you, how did you get, I know you said that you worked in the film.
I missed her.
Sorry, we didn't hear you. Her speaker went out. So I'll pick up where she left off.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So as far as you in politics, she put me up. I'm sorry. As far as you in politics, I'm sorry. I was trying to hear her question. I didn't want to overlap hers.
My internet keeps going in and out, y'all. I'm sorry.
I know.
Did I get kicked out?
No, you didn't get kicked out. I didn't want to step on your toes with your question. Go ahead and continue. He can hear you now.
Oh, I was saying that I know that you worked in the film industry. So what sparked your interest to go into politics?
It's something that I always knew that I would do. It's kind of, one of the craziest things that really in my life, I look to the Most High as a definitive knowing who we are and where we're going. Because I bought my son, who's 18 now, but when he was about 12 years old, I was showing him my Scholastic All-American book that I was, like one of the top kids in the country. And I failed my IQ test failed a lot of it. And I took this test when I was in like 12 years old. And so I never looked at it. In that kids, those things don't make sense to you. And when I looked at it, pretty much had my life laid out. It was like, you're going to be an artist. You're going to be into sales and business. You're gonna be into film and creative. It laid everything out. Even say I'll be great at politics, and those are the things that were already in me from birth. It's amazing that it came all out in that paper, and I pretty much knew that, and I always. Listen to the news. My granddad used to sit there, and I sit between his legs, and listen to him read the paper when I was 4 or 5 years old. So it's always been there and been a part of me. And then just to see, I want to change the perspective of people and why we're giving away our vote. I'm trying to teach people not to give away their vote. Being everybody like you being a politician, you want to tell people not to give you your vote, and something's wrong. But no, it's a reason for that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how are you going to get people to go out there and vote? Especially us Black people. How are you going to change the mindset of the voter, or do you have a plan to do that? Because most people now are discouraged. Do you have a plan to get people more motivated to do so?
Well, see, this is the thing, and this goes back to what I was just saying with, not giving away our vote. I want to teach people to I want to earn their vote. I want to be held responsible for their vote. So this is what I'm right now. I started getting groups of people together. I started this past week with healthcare providers. Then next week I'll be talking with law enforcement and getting those groups together, because this is where we failed at as a community. We say we like this person. Oh, he's likable, and that's how most people vote. They vote because they think they like this person, and they hope he's gonna do or she's gonna do what they say once they get up there. That's totally wrong. That's not how it's really supposed to be done. So what I'm doing is I'm putting these groups together, and I'm showing them, let's create policy. You know what's wrong in your industry. You know what's wrong on a state level. You know what things that need to change, or you know about funding that you need. So let's sit together. Let's build this. Let's put together policy legislature, and then give that to me, and then I'll take it with me when I get together. Now you got something to hold me accountable for. See, that's what I want to do with all people, from the film industry, from the healthcare, from school, from the education standpoint, all the way through every small businesses. Everybody knows what their needs are. And if it could be done on a state level, then let's sit down together, let's build a plan, and let me take it. Now we working together. Now you know what I'm going to get done. If I don't get done, kick me out.
So from film industry point, like you were saying, just looking to help build with the community with the film. Like, are you talking with movies, commercials? Like, what do you mean as far as
Well, I'm coming from an independent filmmaker point of view. So, I'm going to look for things that's going to try to help the small filmmaker. And, because it's hard to get some of those breaks. If you're not doing, if you don't have a $500,000 to $1 million budget, it's hard to get some of those things done. But I want to help the little guy that can scrounge up $15,000, $10,000, $20,000. Let's see what we can do to help them. Those are the core blood of creativity. So I want to go in and I want to look for ways to help the micro filmmaker, as we would call. So that's something I'm gonna look at doing.
Okay, that's cool. So my question here, because I know, lately, especially, not lately, these days, especially with Black men, and not just Black men, a lot of women too, are dealing with a lot of issues behind bars, and the system is set up to lock people up, literally, I've experienced, especially, I'm not going to say which county, it's just the way how it's set up for these people to, especially Black men, to get locked up. What is your take and your view on some type of prison, informant or something, reform or something for these people?
Well, that's definitely that's something that I want to look at too, because it's so much petty stuff that we get on our record, and people look at us a whole different light. I got a cruelty to animals. My roommate, left the dog knocked over the water for the day, and I got locked up for a cruelty to animals, and and it was just a misdemeanor. But people come back and they look at my record and they're like, I used to go get a job and it was like I could probably have murdered somebody, but when they look at that fruit and animal, it's like, oh, what did you do?
Right.
I didn't beat a dog. I didn't hang a dog. So some of the things I believe after some of time should be just removed from your thing. Just like your credit report, it needs to be removed from your personal history as well. And one thing too that our laws is like our first time offenders. You could do something first time offender, get it taken off, but if say for instance you did something 20 years later, not even if it was bad, but they could re-pull that first time offender and make you do that time.
Wow.
From that. Absolutely. Yeah, so those are some of the things that we need to reverse in our laws here, and those are things that I'm going to fight for. I'm going to fight for better expungements.
Okay.
To get things done, because I believe, if you've been a model citizen for 10, 20 years, you shouldn't have something that holds you back, from moving forward on the job or something like that.
Right. Can I ask you, how can everybody keep up with you? What's your social media sites? Do you have any websites? Can you please share with the viewers?
You can hit me up on my Facebook page, Elect Edward Ford Ball. Also, my website is edwardfordball.com, and you can look me up as E4Ball on Twitter and Urban Art 21.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you all.
Thank you for joining.
You were amazing. And congratulations on your run. And I think that's just so inspiring as just another great African American leader that has joined us on this podcast episode. I mean, it's just very inspirational. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Good talking to you.
All right.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. It was a lot of amazing people we didn't have come through.
Right. That was great. All right, ladies. Are y'all ready to get into this bullshit?
Yes. Now we can talk our shit.
All right, ladies.
I need to leave here.
So, as y'all know, on yesterday, or maybe you don't know, NBA YoungBoy, his ex-girlfriend or his girlfriend, Floyd Mayweather's daughter, Yaya, she was arrested because she stabbed NBA YoungBoy's baby mama. The story goes as she came to the house at 1:30 in the morning because he had his baby mama at the house. And she came unannounced, apparently. She came in the house, and he had security put her out. She somehow got back in the house. They began to fight again. And when they began to fight again, apparently she was not winning. She began to stab the baby mama. And I later seen a video of her back at the house. He went and got her. And I could not believe that she was back at that house after all of that foolishness. So, basically the topic really is like toxic relationships, because there is no more. It can't get any more toxic than that foolishness. Right. But I am beyond done, because I really want to know where. Not so much his parents, because we already know the answer to that. I have always said that I believe that he needs help and he needs guidance. But I already know his backstory. But he was already dealt a fucked up hand, and he has no help. So I already know his backstory. But her, on the other hand, I'm trying to understand.
He's so dumb. He was so young, so pretty, so rich. You stupid bitch. You really sat here and stabbed somebody. Some cheating, ugly, muppet looking fool with herpes. Oh my god. You could buy 10 of him.
Yeah. Facts. Like, I mean,
but I guess
I would never let a man take me to that place. Like,
my thing is, like, person. At the end of the day, you know, they like where was Floyd Mayweather throughout her whole life? You know what I mean? Because like
he's been there.
He was present in her life and he taught her certain things. Like what was missing? Because it's like all this glitz and glamour and money. Like some people they might have money and shit, but 9 times out of 10, he probably was the dad who wasn't in his daughter's life and gave money and paid for her to be whatever. It wasn't there to teach her these things. And look what happened. That's
you know what? Thing. Some people can have the teaching all day, but some people are just stuck in their ways and they want what they want, and they do their own rebellious
absolutely
shit, actions, and they pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are the best. They learn the best in the situation versus you telling them what to do or what not to do. So,
and ladies, let's please in this situation, let's us look at our age now. You know, it looks stupid to us, but let's please not forget. Let's not act like we weren't 18 years old, and let's not act like we were not, like we have not. Every girl has a turn. Okay, so let's not act like we have not all played stupid for some boy. Now we have not taken it to that extent to be that stupid. No, we have not. But let's not all act like we have not had a turn because we've all been dumb for something.
No, I disagree. I've never fought a girl. Like I've had girls mad at me because their ex want to get with me.
Exactly.
And like, yeah, that's not my mother. That's not my problem. I'm not gonna fight you. You better go fight your man or your ex. That's not like a personal problem, ugly. But I did try to like terminate homeboy because he was playing with me too much. So it's like, why would I go for the girl when the guy's right here? Like, you gotta get to the source of the problem. Like, if you gonna stab someone, you better stab the problem.
Right. Exactly.
And I concur with you. I absolutely
never fought a girl.
I personally never fought a girl either for a situation with a guy, but I've seen situations.
Right. And what I'm saying is we've all played stupid for somebody. But I'm saying we've never taken it to that extent. She took it to a place that it never ever should have ever gone to. It should have never. Once you walked in their house and you seen he was with another girl, that should have been your answer right there. That should have been your cue. First of all, you don't pop up to nobody's house. You know what I'm saying? You don't pop up to nobody's house unannounced. That's just not what you do. You know what I'm saying? That was your stupid ass fault. And then you started getting your ass kicked. You don't start stabbing nobody because you getting your ass kicked.
Because you get beat up. Like, you initiated it.
First of all, I got questions. Your daddy Mayweather. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
at the end of the day, like you said, her daddy is Mayweather. Where was you her whole life before this situation?
But think about it. But
she got that house. She got the car. The guy is on live claiming her. The guy is waking up out her sleep. My wife claiming her. At the end of the day, I look at it like this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just, I understand what you're saying, but come on, man. Floyd Mayweather, like, where was he when it came to teaching your child, your daughter, how you should be? Because, come on, man, all that money and everything,
but you want to know what's something so funny?
That dude was a child. That's the only.
You know what's funny though? I mean, she's a child, but she's not a child. So some stuff is common sense. You know, like some stuff is like, okay, do I really want to stab this girl and go to jail? You know what I'm saying?
If you're blind, leading a blind, being raised by a blind, especially if your daddy or your mom.
No, that's not true. Because they got some people that got crackhead parents that became doctors and lawyers.
A lot of people don't know what common sense is. They might just know being taken care of by the money. They never had no real body to sit them down to teach them common sense. You can't say everybody know common sense because I know a lot of people who don't know common sense and they our age or older.
But we cannot sit here and speculate and say that he wasn't there because we don't know that. And that's not fair. That's not fair.
No, not saying that he wasn't there. I'm just saying, where was he throughout this whole situation?
Listen.
It was 1:30 in the morning.
He's at home. She is technically an adult. He doesn't follow her everywhere.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Not to say that he followed her. Like, if he was there guiding her as far as, oh, you don't fight no nigga, no female over no nigga, teaching her, guiding her, what happened with that? Because, we don't get that. Because I know, okay, like you said, we all had that point in our life, but have you really had that person to teach you and guide you? Where was that? Because if you actually had that in your life, you wouldn't be doing no dumb shit.
That's not true.
But see, that's not true, because I know a lot of people that got rich moms and dads that do everything for their kids.
That's not true.
No,
That's not true. Just because somebody teaches you something, just because somebody tells you something and then they teach you the right way, that doesn't mean you're going to listen. That doesn't mean you're going to go the way they teach you. At the end of the day, you may hear everything they tell you, but at the end of the day, you're going to do what the fuck you want to do. You're going to handle it the way you want to handle it, especially when you get of age. When you get of age, you are doing what the hell you want to do. You're not listening to what your parents say. Now, some shit you do, it may resonate, and you may hear them in the back of your head, but at the end of the day, you are moving the way you want to move. You're not doing what they say. Now, some shit is best learned the hard way.
And that's where the term, damn, somebody told me this shit was gonna happen, but I didn't listen. That's why people get stuck saying that exact statement for the exact situation we're speaking on now. You don't do, even though you know it's the wrong thing to do because somebody told you, you still did it just to see if the outcome will be different with you. Then when you see that it ain't gonna be different with you, then you want to say, damn, I should have, could have, and would have, but I didn't.
Look at us right now. And look at our age right now. Do you know how many times I say, damn, my mama told me that shit?
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? But you when you was 16, 17, 18 years old, you didn't want to fucking listen to your mom. You thought she didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. But now you in your 30s and you like, yeah, she was right. She told me that shit. And it could have saved you a whole bunch of heartache and headaches that you had, but you didn't want to listen. Sometimes you have to learn the hard way. And right now what she is learning is the hard way.
She definitely learned the hard way. All right. Hey,
and that's just what that is. But you want
Tiffany back.
You want to know what it is? You want to know what's going on? He fucking her real good. He fucking the shit out of her. And that's what she is blinded.
Yeah, facts.
NBA is fucking the... But
look,
you know...
I didn't step in on some pretty real shit.
No, dead ass serious. Listen. She ain't the first baby mama. She is the third baby mama to be fighting. So let me tell you something. That y'all can say what y'all want about young boy and whatever herpes dick he got, he fucking the dog shit out of them because they are around here acting like a monkey over this boy. So whatever he is doing well, and he is fucking the shit out of these bitches because now they are stabbing hoes. They ain't fighting no more.
Yeah.
And then not only that, he went and got Yaya from the fucking precinct and brought her back to the house and is calling her his wife. So now she feel extra important.
Yeah.
And what does that look like for the baby mama that stabbed, or the other baby mamas, or the children? It's fucked up. That's my two.
It's the blind, raising the blind. Now the blind going around doing blind shit. Like I said, where was the parents? Where was the father? Where was the mother? Because at the end of the day, you got blind kids, blind people raising blind kids. Now you got blind kids going out here doing dumb shit, and they don't know what time this is.
Well, listen, when it comes to him, if you go back a couple months, even a year, I said about him. Now him, I don't excuse any of his behavior, but at the same time, I have to not blame him completely because at the end of the day, he is still a child himself, and he is a child who was damn near had to raise himself. He has a bird brain for a fucking mother. He has 4 children at 19 years old. He has a dad who has been in prison for most of his fucking life, and he has millions of dollars. That is a recipe for disaster. And that motherfucker there don't have nobody to tell him right from wrong. And right now, he is running shit, and he has nobody to guide him. If you listen to everything he say, that motherfucker is mad at the world.
Yeah.
Okay? He is angry inside. That nigga got issues. But he gonna keep having issues because he ain't got nobody to tell him right. That baby is fucked up. But the only time I ever seen young boy look like he was sad was one time his mama was calling him all type of bitches. And said he hated him. And that's the one time I seen him looked like a little boy because he looked like he was hurt, not mad. He looked sad.
Yeah. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. He is doing what he wants to do, and unfortunately, what I've noticed with even some of my clients, because I have clients in the entertainment business that's young. If they are the breadwinner, the mama gonna ride for their bullshit, the daddy, the cousins, and all this stuff. And just as you said, NBA is the breadwinner for his whole family, his whole crew. So that is partly why his mom behaves that way as well. Doesn't excuse it, doesn't make it right. But I totally agree. It's very sad, very unfortunate. If that young girl, the baby mom that was stabbed, if she's deceased, my condolences to her family. If she's still in the hospital, I pray for a speedy recovery. Because even dealing with that trauma on top of the trauma we're dealing with in the world with this pandemic, it'll take somebody out. Like some of these people aren't even dying from COVID. They're dying from stress. They're dying from just heartache. I mean, it's real. What I really feel about, partly with this COVID thing, it is a spiritual warfare. It is spiritual warfare going on as well. And I just pray for people that I know, people I don't know, to use this time wisely, to invest in self, to renew yourself. Because everything starts with self. And, most people don't take that time off. Now God say, I'm going to force you motherfuckers to sit down.
Yeah. And see this, and what you said about self, that's how I feel about the situation too. Everybody wants to place blame on the parents, but you have to you're accountable for a percentage of your decisions that you want to make. You can't, mom and daddy can't babysit you through everything. And I'm speaking as a mother. I have a 6-year-old son, and I be there for him 100% of the time. But it's a lot of shit that he rebels against sometimes, even at 6 years old, that I can't really make him do. He gotta want to do. You see what I'm saying? So the parents play a percentage, just a little bit, but you as a person and your own self, you have to have accountability for your decisions too. You can't just say my mama went there, so I'm a fucked up person. Yeah. You gotta want to be better.
With NBA though, he didn't get that from birth till 10 years old. Though that's the developmental period for children, for babies. He didn't get none of that shit. So the right things that he was supposed to get to develop, to kind of even make decisions as an adult, he didn't get that stuff. So Callie, I agree with you, but I also again want to take it back to the parents of him and Yaya. Like I said, I grew up in Grand Rapids. I know Floyd. I know some of the shit that he's done concerning his baby mamas and his kids and this, that, and the third. So this is a product of what environment they were in. But to go back to your point, Callie, you're not teaching your 6-year-old son these sorts of things. I believe that you're teaching him great tools to use when he becomes an adult. So in your case, you could say, he 19. I've taught you, and your are yours. In this case, young boy's mama, she fucking act like a 17-year-old. So, and to take that to real life, because I don't like talking about people's situations because you never know, but in my life, let me take it to me. I was 7. I remember my mom was 17 when she had me. My dad was 20. So they were kids. A lot of the things that I experienced, went through, should never happen to kids. Period. Right. But it happened in my life. At all. Huh? What you say, Boo? Crystal, what you say?
No, I was saying, because I can second that too, because you had a parent like myself and, who was blind. They didn't know no better. So that shit happened.
Right. And like with my parents, although they gave me some very good qualities, because henceforth I'm standing here, I also experienced stuff because they didn't fucking know, because they were kids themselves. My relationship with my mom now, it's very toxic. My mom looks at me as a ATM, a bank. So to be pretty real, I don't fuck with her. But I had to transmute all of that pain, all of that hurt into something positive, I had to, going back to as an adult, you can't blame your parents. I can't blame my mama why I don't have kids yet or whatever the fuck it is. I had to use that to transmute and grow within myself. So I hope that kind of explains, you know, I guess from my personal life, you know, you can have teenage parents, you can have young parents, but, you know, I guess I can be thankful that both my parents did instill good, positive things into me. So I can later now decide what is right as an adult.
Right.
And then going back to what Crystal said, when she said, you know, where were the parents to put this in you? You know, I also can't agree with that either because I didn't have both my parents. I ain't never had a dad. Not one time. But you know what? I had a mama. And so you don't need both of your parents to know what the fuck is right or what the fuck is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Common sense, like Brittany said, what Callie said, common sense sometimes is just damn that. And I understand common sense ain't common all the time, but come on, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And going back to what you said, whether we gonna be real with ourselves or not, we all had a turn to be stupid. We've all played dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've all played dumb.
Yeah,
at some point in our life, for somebody, we've all been dumb. And we may have never taken it to that extent to be stupid. And I'm not saying we fought over a man, but we've all been stupid in some capacity when it comes to a man. We've done something that was out of your character. You know what I'm saying? When you look back, you be like, I did that shit.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? Or why was I even fucking with that bum ass nigga? Like you think back to some shit.
And you know to add to that,
I didn't have that parent. You know, I didn't have the parent I didn't have both my parents in my life. My dad wasn't in my life, and my mom, she was blind. Like my mom did not have now she has common sense. Now she does, but when I was growing up, my mom did not have common sense at all. So what happened to the kid who basically got to fuck up and got to do things or create drama and thinking certain things is common sense, when actually it's not common sense because you got kids that's teaching themselves, that's, you know, out there 3 years old doing things for themselves because they don't have no parents to teach them common sense.
But you know what's so funny? That's only speaking as individuals too, because like you said, some people learn common sense early and outlook situations, and some don't. So you can say it for some situations. You can't speak for all situations. You can't say like, oh, because you didn't have both your parents, you're gonna be fucked up because you don't have that common sense.
Right.
Everybody's not like that.
Absolutely. And you do two things with the way you grew up. You do two things with the way you grew up. You become it or you go the other way. It's your choice.
Yep. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I always say that too as it relates to like if a person's parents die or something like that. It's like you can use that as a positive catalyst to do better, or it'll pull you back to a space that you can never come from.
Thank you, Tiffany. We enjoyed you. You are like off the chain, man. Like you're amazing.
Well, thank y'all. I appreciate you having me on here, and I'm just, you know, keeping my eye on the prize because there is no reason why Hood Court cannot take over Judge Judy's spot as the highest paid.
So no.
That's right. We gotta have you back so we can get a full interview with you and you can actually like really go in detail.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe, ladies.
Thank you. I
love y'all.
Love you too.
Bye, ladies.